Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all in between and outside of that spectrum, welcome to a long overdue monovlog. At my last count, my last vlog was last July. Yeesh. Talk about inconsistent. I'm usually somebody who loves consistency. But I've not been idle. I've spent the past year creating a feature film. I've got a new job now. And I've got a lot to update you guys with. And quite an interesting change in my life, which you're about to see unfold. So, change for me is scary. It's very scary. But due to the nature of the film I'm making, the stage it's at, and also because I want to give a chance to help some people who need it. Here we go! Now, it wouldn't be me if I didn't do my new look reveal in the most dramatic science fiction way possible. Big shout out to Doctor Who, cannot wait for the new series next year. Now, there were two reasons why I, as a person who does not like change, decided to go through this massive change. First is to help along with the storyline in a film I've been making, which I will talk a little bit more about in a bit. Secondly, so the hair can go to a really good cause, which is the Little Princess Trust. I'm going to leave a link to their charity in the video description. Please go ahead to them. Please go and donate your hair, donate your money, do whatever you can to help these amazing people. What they do is they take the hair you donate and they turn it into wigs for young people who have been going through chemotherapy and suffering from cancer. And as you guys who know me, cancer charity is very close to my heart. So the fact that that hair is now gone, and I hope it can make someone's life a little bit easier as well. So anything you can give, whether it's hair or money to help them run, it makes a massive difference. So please go and check them out. Now, to talk about some of the films I've been working on. Firstly, which is my biggest one, which is my first feature film, which I have naively decided to write, act in, produce, direct, edit, location scout, set design, just basically everything, is Fallout: The Road to Tipperary, which, yes, it is a fan film inspired by my favourite game series, the best game series, which is the Fallout game series by Bethesda Studios. So, Fallout: The Road to Tipperary is a Fallout film set in the UK, which shows how the UK would adapt, for better or for worse, to a nuclear apocalypse. The Road to Tipperary part of it is inspired by the World War II song "It's a Long Way to Tipperary." Because the whole film itself actually has a big influence of the aesthetic of World War II, because what Fallout does it fantastically, is it takes a time period which, particularly in America, gets fetishized the most. So the 50s, people who are nostalgic for the 50s realise it wasn't good for everybody. In fact, it wasn't good for most people. And I think to myself, is there a time period which I feel like this country fetishizes the most? And I do believe that's World War II. I believe that when people talk about World War II, a lot of the time they use it as a way to attack people for showing emotion, for showing weakness. You know, back in my day, you fought the war, you wouldn't have a chance to have emotions and all that stuff. And yet, look how many people came back from war with PTSD. You know what I mean? And you know, things like that. So they weren't taken seriously back then. And I feel like if you want to honour the people who fought and died in World War II, you know, take these things seriously. Also, don't support or vote for people who attack vulnerable people. So yeah, pay homage to them. lest we forget, by hoping that in the future we never have a repeat of that again. I wanted to show how people adapt. I wanted to show how dangerous propaganda is. I wanted to show how people in power will cling onto that power in the most insidious ways possible. And as a disabled person, disabled filmmaker, I wanted to show how people with disabilities would also adapt to a post-apocalyptic wasteland. And I don't think it would be in the way that a lot of people would imagine. I think we might dare just to flourish. And I think that's something that I don't see explored very often in film and TV. So the film itself is coming along really, really good. We're in the last 5% of filming before the editing begins. And I have to admit, making this film has been difficult. It's because organising stuff gives me anxiety, but irony be damned. And yeah, part of the reason I got my hair cut is part of a storyline within the film. So it's been a long process. It's been an incredible collaboration with so many people who I'm so grateful for. And in fact, our prop arrived today. So why don't we open it right here in this long overdue vlog. So we have Vault Tech. There you go, Vault Tech. I don't know if it's back to front in the video, but yeah, there you go, Vault Tech. It's a Vault Tech sticker. I'm gonna put that on the wall. He very kindly sent me two. There we go. I don't know why, but I love opening things with old brown paper bag. It reminds you of sweets from the 90s. Gosh, I miss the 90s. Do you know how much Freddo chocolate bars are? You don't want to know. Oh, look at that, look. Look how beautiful that baby looks. It's fantastic, isn't it? Honestly, again, I've had so many incredible artists make props and costumes for this film, and I'm so grateful to all of them. Cannot wait for you guys to see this baby in action. Now, Fallout the Road to Tipperary is not the only film I've been working on. I've also been in a Viking film called Valhalla Calling, and it's about a civil war within a tribe fighting each other, and it's fantastic. We've got combat from Hunter Stage Combat, and the cast, most of which I borrowed and put in my Fallout film, are all absolutely phenomenal. So please go and check out their film page because they're absolutely brilliant. I am also just started production on a Batman fan film based around Red Hood and the Joker having a fight. It is called The Crimson Smile. I'm one of the writers on it, and I've also been cast as Black Mask, which I'm very, very excited because he's a great character. I'm looking forward to bringing him to life. I've also been part of a film called Lights Out, which is a sort of atmospheric horror, playing a character called Ethan Nightmare. He likes polo necks, I like polo necks, so we sort of came together in that. And that has been done by Monsters Artistry, and I cannot wait for you guys to see that, which should be coming out next year, by God's good grace. So, since I made my last vlog, I turned 30, and it wasn't as scary as I thought it would be. You know, the sky didn't turn red, you know, the sun didn't go out. I've been able to let go of a lot of this pressure that, you know, people get when they turn 30. This whole idea that you need to be in a certain place in your life. And I think that it's important to remember that. And yes, some of our parents had kids and houses by the time they were 30. Houses back then cost 23p and a packet of ready salted crisps. So don't forget that. If you're still living at home like I am, again, I live in London, being able to buy a house is a near impossibility unless you are quite rich in London. Unless you get really, really lucky with a council house. Rent, forget about it. Some landlords are charging not just extortionate but cruel rates. And gentrification. I live in Hackney. So if you're still living at home, 30, post 30, nothing to be ashamed of. Any person who's privately renting will tell you to stay at home for as long as you can. That's what I'm going to do. Plus, I love my dad. I love living with him. And yeah, I want to save his time as much as possible. My 30th birthday party was incredible, stressful to organise, but I had so many people, Look at that look. Look at that picture of all those wonderful people who showed up. And the people who couldn't send me all of their well wishes. Honestly, it was an incredible day. That's what I wanted. A big group photo so I could remember it forever. Because memories are the most precious thing to me. Also, I've got a new job since our last vlog. It's fantastic. I am a host for a bar and it's absolutely brilliant because I get to tell the customers jokes and they've got no choice but to listen to them. Every single bad pun, every single knock, they have to listen to them because I'm in their way and they can't escape me. It's a forced audience, but it's an audience nevertheless. I get off on that power. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Also, as much pineapple juice as I want, well, with lots of crushed ice. So it is just fantastic. And I've got a great team around me as well. So I'm happy. And yeah, we'll see how life goes from there. Mental health wise, I've been okay. I've been alright. It's good days and bad days. I'm in a much better place than I was this time last year, and the time before, and the year before that. I went through cognitive behavioural therapy to help with my OCD. Intrusive thoughts. Spent my whole life with those. Thinking, well, majority of my life with those. Thinking I was some evil person. It's a crazy thing. It's just a symptom of an illness. When the therapy helped me just almost let that go. So now, intrusive thought comes in, you think, who cares? Carry on with your day, and it's a beautiful release. So big shout out to therapy out there, and please guys, go and see a therapist if you can. I know that for a lot of people therapy is inaccessible, so if you can, definitely go for it guys. It helps so much. Also want to give a big shout out to a few people we lost in recent weeks. We lost Kevin Conroy, Batman himself, someone who I was lucky enough to do a film with. Most of you guys don't know this, but when I was making my short film based on Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, I wrote to him, asked if he could do a voice for me of The Raven, Nevermore, and he did it, and it's the most incredible thing. I got to work with him, so rest in peace Batman, you will always be vengeance, you will always be the knight. We lost Jason David Frank, the most incredible Power Ranger, the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, the Red Ranger, more Rangers you can count. That was him. And so yeah, us 90s kids were losing a lot of our heroes recently. And in the world, we're still seeing people suffering. We're seeing people suffer in Ukraine, Palestine, Iran, in America. We saw a terrorist attack against a gay nightclub the other day in Colorado, I think it is. We're seeing anti-Semites being put on a pedestal on the internet and being given platforms to spout their bigotry. And in this country, we see people treating refugees disgustingly. We see politicians using trans people as political cannon fodder. And all of these things going on, and we're still having to pay to get by in this messed up world. So sending out my love to every single one of you. And I hope we all live to see a better world in this lifetime. But on a plus note, the past year has been nice. I've met some incredible people. I met some amazing people even just on my birthday, and that was amazing. I've been able to almost complete a gargantuan giant project, the Fallout film, which so many times I was close to giving up on just because it was such a difficult task to undertake. But we're almost at the end there. I spent so much wonderful time with my friends and my family. I wish I could see them more, but I've been getting to see them. I have been giving myself more challenges. I've been understanding more about autism, and I've been hoping to understand a bit more about the world. But I still believe we can change it for the better, because people are good.
Whoa. Okay, I look different. That's strange. So I realised you're probably watching this video thinking, what's happened? You've had your hair cut again, your beard's going a bit. That's because for the past month I've been filming and I've been doing Wizard of Oz, so I haven't had a chance to actually edit the video you've just seen and put together. But I thought I would. It's Christmas and all that, and Hanukkah. So I wanted to make the ending of the video a little bit festive, wishing every single person out there celebrating Hanukkah, Christmas, or just the holidays in general, a wonderful new year. I hope everything good comes out of it. I hope that next year we go into a more peaceful world, a more loving world, where everybody looks out for each other. Call me naive, but I think it's possible. I think it always will be, because there is enough goodness in human beings to make that a thing. So, keep being amazing, guys. And remember that the entire world, from the highest mountain to the smallest mouse, is a better place because you're here in it. So be kind to yourself. Happy holidays, and here's to the future. Let's go.